Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Julie Chrisley helps Nanny Faye health scare days after pardon. Julie Chrisley revealed that she had to help Nanny Faye days after her pardon after she had a health scare. This seems to be something Julie missed while she was away. However, Nanny Faye had something else come up, and Julie was back in the doctor's office with her after being home for only a few days. There is a lot to unfold and uncover when it comes to this. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Nanny Faye was sadly diagnosed with bladder cancer in 2021. However, in 2023, she revealed that she was in remission. This took place while Todd and Julie were in federal prison. So they were having to email each other back and forth about Todd's mother's health. This was hard for the entire family, but they were not kept in the loop due to being locked away. However, it was also revealed that Julie was at every appointment with Nanny Faye up until the moment she was incarcerated. She never made her go alone and was by her side the entire time. This led her to feel guilty while in prison because she could not make those appointments anymore. Julie Chrisley has revealed that Nanny Faye could have had a health scare. She had to go to the doctor with her after being released for only a few days. Literally, when we got pardoned, I think it was that same week, right? That you found out that there were some things that showed up. I was there to take you to that appointment. While she was enjoying being back in her own home, she put her mother-in-law first and went to the doctor with her while she got this figured out. However, it does not seem to be anything too serious. It seems as though some things may have shown up on Nanny Faye's medical tests that did not sit well with the doctors. However, Julie did not hesitate to be at her next appointment with her. She went there to be by her side through this. However, it does not seem to be anything to worry about, as Julie and Nanny Faye have not mentioned anything serious. What do you think about this? Do you love that they're so close? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on this situation. Just days after receiving a long-awaited presidential pardon, Julie Chrisley has been thrust into a whirlwind of emotions, not for herself, but for the beloved matriarch of the Chrisley family, Nanny Faye. What was meant to be a peaceful, celebratory time quickly turned into a nerve-wracking ordeal when Nanny Faye suffered a sudden health scare. But in true Chrisley fashion, love, laughter, and resilience became the center of the unfolding drama. For months, Julie Chrisley's name had been at the center of headlines. The prison sentence, the media circus, the silent prayers and unwavering support from fans. And finally, the miracle, an unexpected presidential pardon that brought Julie home. Tears flowed freely as she walked out of prison and into the arms of her children and husband, Todd Chrisley, who's still serving his sentence. But just when the family had hoped for a moment of calm, life threw another curveball. The emergency call. It happened just 4 days after Julie returned home. Early one morning, Savannah Chrisley received a frantic call from one of Nanny Faye's neighbors. The 80-year-old firecracker had been found collapsed on her garden path after what appeared to be a dizzy spell. Paramedics were called immediately. Savannah rushed over while Julie, still adjusting to her freedom, didn't hesitate for a second. She threw on a sweatshirt, grabbed her purse, and raced out the door. By the time Julie arrived at the hospital, Nanny Faye was conscious but groggy. Doctors were already running tests. "We think it may have been a mini-stroke," one of the physicians informed Julie gently. "But we need to run a few more scans to be certain." Julie held Nanny Faye's hand tightly, blinking back tears. This wasn't how she imagined her first week back home. The matriarch's spirit. If anyone expected Nanny Faye to take this health scare lying down, they clearly didn't know her very well. "I told the doctor to hurry it up," she joked weakly. "Julie's home, and I've got bingo on Friday. Can't miss that. Even in a hospital bed, Nanny Faye's spirit remained unshakable. But the scare was real and serious. The family knew that even though Nanny Faye was full of spunk and sass, she wasn't invincible. Julie stayed by her side throughout the night, refusing to leave even when nurses suggested she rest. She was there for me through the darkest days, Julie told a close friend. Now it's my turn. Healing at home. Once released from the hospital, Nanny Faye returned to her home under strict doctor's orders to rest and avoid stress. But there was one thing she didn't anticipate, Julie moving in temporarily to care for her. "You don't need to babysit me," Nanny Faye quipped, though she smiled when Julie fluffed her pillows and brought her homemade chicken soup. Julie set up a calming space for Nanny Faye. Herbal teas, cozy blankets, fresh flowers, and a stack of old photo albums to stroll down memory lane. The house, once a buzzing hive of activity, became a tranquil sanctuary of healing and reconnection. For Julie, taking care of Nanny Faye was more than a duty. It was healing in itself. After months of being locked away, caring for someone I love, it's therapeutic, she admitted. Savannah's support system. Meanwhile, Savannah took on the role of emotional glue, holding the family together. With Todd still away, she juggled managing the Chrisley brand, caring for her siblings, and now supporting both her mom and grandmother. Despite the pressure, Savannah leaned into the role with grace. "Having Mom home is a gift," Savannah said in a live stream update to fans. "But we weren't expecting to almost lose Nanny. This family has been through hell and back, but we don't give up." Fans flooded her social media with support and prayers, applauding the women for their strength and vulnerability. The Chrisley Knows Best fandom turned into a digital army of love, a shift in priorities. The health scare changed things. Julie, once known for her polished perfectionism, now embraced imperfection and raw emotion. Instead of returning to television interviews or public appearances, she focused inward, on family, on recovery, and on making sure her mother-in-law knew she was loved. "I'm not rushing back into the spotlight," Julie shared in an intimate podcast appearance. "Right now, I'm where I need to be, right here with Mama Faye." Nanny Faye, too, seemed transformed. "This old bird isn't ready to fly off just yet," she joked. "But I'll admit, this shook me. Made me realize I've got more stories to tell, and I better tell them soon." A future rewritten. The Chrisleys have long been synonymous with drama, humor, and headlines. But something about this chapter feels different. Softer, more grounded, more human. Julie's pardon didn't just bring her home, it brought her perspective. And Nanny Faye's brush with danger served as a wake-up call for the entire family.